Hey peeps, it is, oh my goodness, a perfectly rainy autumn day. It's chilly and kind of moody and mystical. And when I just went to drop Vincent off for school, I was listening to some beautiful, just gothy new wave music. And it's just my favorite time of year. I am so happy. It is autumn. It's officially autumn now, my favorite time of year. And it's just gorgeous out. So I actually have some unboxings today to film. And the first unboxing today goes along perfectly with this theme. So we are going to be unboxing Under the Oak Tarot by Ofrid and Strega de la Mele. I apologize if I am butchering that name. It is a mass-produced deck. It retails around $28.95, although I think I got it on Amazon a little bit cheaper. I did purchase it with my own funds, and it is a low Scarabeo deck, so we do know what to expect with a low Scarabeo deck. But living now as I do really deeply in the forest, I've been looking for the perfect forest vibes deck. And so a very dear sister in the cards recommended this deck for me recently, and she showed me some of the imagery and I was very drawn into it and inspired by it. And I also purchased two other decks that are very forest vibe themes, but those are coming from overseas, so those I will not be able to unbox until they arrive, and I think it will be a few weeks before that. But I'm kind of on the hunt for the perfect woodsy vibe tarot that's not Darkwood Tarot, because I already own Darkwood Tarot. I love it and it is perfect for this time of year, but I've been kind of searching for something else. So here we go. We're gonna see. And I'm also still figuring out lighting here, as you guys know, so I am using a ring light. That's not my preferred choice, as I was discussing and warning with my Patreon peeps over on in our Patreon bonus content this month, but it is what it is. I love this place, so it's totally worth it. It's just a little bit of an adjustment. I prefer natural light when I film for the most part. So the box itself is a nice matte box. It's a typical Scarabeo size, so as in it's very similar to like the Santa Muerte Tarot size. Okay, let's see. And then inside the box is, you know, just a basic white. There isn't a specific color. And here is the guidebook. Now, we always get excited when we see the size of a Scarabeo guidebook, but we all have to remember that it's in multiple languages. So it looks like we're getting about 51 pages, but even the minors have a nice paragraph description. I do find with Scarabeo over the years that some of the Scarabeo decks, it's very helpful to actually read the little white book, because there's often a story or a theme that's getting played out in a slightly different way than a traditional tarot card meaning. So it is worth giving the little white book a read, just so that you can understand the artist's and the author's unique perspective on this particular deck within the typically Rider-Waite-Smith system. And you know, when I think of that, like Scarabeo, the Ludi Lescott tarot. Oh my God. I apologize, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I have barely been sleeping this last week and I am so tired. So I apologize. Words are just, I am struggling. It's been difficult to do much of anything this week energetically. Okay, so like the Ludi Lescott tarot comes to mind, the Chicoli tarot, the little white books in there. It's worth giving those little white books a read. They're not throwaway, but you do want to have a basic understanding of traditional tarot meaning in order to be able to work with it like a typical tarot deck. So the major arcana have about the same amount of information. And then let's see, there's a couple card spreads on the first few pages. And it says in the introduction, Under the Oak Tarot is a truly unique deck that delves into the realm of dreams and the art of turning them into reality. As we embark on this journey, the querent accompanies Anima, a visually impaired child, through a magical fairy tale island blooming with rich, green, flourishing vegetation. This mystical landscape is dominated by a majestic oak tree and inhabited by mythical and mysterious creatures and gods. Much like Anima, we are presented with the opportunity to develop a second sight along our own path, gaining deeper insights into ourselves and unlocking our untapped potential. The author crafts a beautiful tapestry of symbolism of Celtic, Norse, Basque, and Greek inspiration. This intricate and captivating tapestry prompts us to explore beyond what meets the eye, unveil the mysteries of the material world, and discover the sacred revelations within the hidden depths. It's a truly surreal experience that not only inspires our ambitions, but also reignites the dormant magic within us, encouraging us to embrace the extraordinary journey that lies ahead. Wow, that's really beautiful. So see, that is why it's worth giving the little white books and the Scarabeo decks a read, so that you can understand the journey that's being explored in the card imagery. So a little bit of a story with this as well. I mean, just the title alone of the deck, since moving here, when I go out for my morning run, when it's not pouring rain like today, all I see are acorns. And in our yard here, we have several oak trees. So I feel like I am just surrounded by this powerful, beautiful tree that I really haven't had too many of in my physical location since I was a child. So it feels very significant and very important that I'm working with oak energy right now in my spiritual path and practice. And so my hope is that this deck will be an extension of that energy, as well as an extension of general forest energy. So, oh, the cards are matte. Oh my God, that's right. I forgot there's a white stag on the backing. Oh, guys, we're creating the White Stag workshop in the spring of this year was so freaking healing for me. And I've had some wonderful feedback from those of you who've taken the workshop, which is available on Etsy. I'll try to remember to put the link down below. But many of you have expressed how healing that workshop was in regards to sacred masculine energy. And this deck has the white stag with this beautiful oak tree, and then the elemental symbols here on the back of the card. That's really, really beautiful. It is a gilded silver edging, really, really lovely. But the cardstock is matte, so I'm very excited about that. So size is a typical Rider-Waite-Smith size deck by Scarabeo. Here is the Fallen Angels Oracle to compare and contrast, so a little bit smaller. Oh, this is going to be a really special deck. So the cardstock itself is matte, not like a velour matte, just a flat matte, but I actually like that. And it's not super stiff, but it's a nice mid-stiff cardstock feel. I think it's going to shuffle and break in really well. First impressions, I am obsessed with the colors in this deck. I love that because she cannot see, she's developing this second light. Sorry guys, see, this is me not sleeping. This is a Taurus not sleeping. It's not good. She's developing a second sight, and I think you really feel that otherworldliness here. This is really, really beautiful. Oh my God, the High Priestess is gorgeous. You see that with the heron energy? Here, let me adjust that down a little bit. Ooh, the Empress is a lion, or a griffin, a winged being. That's also a cat here. That's really interesting. I wonder why. Oh boy, it's going to be a rambly day. Let's take a look at that. Why is she a lion? Why is she a lion? She embraces the fertility stone, and behind her stands a statue of Demeter overseeing the scene. She is in her kingdom, like a field of dandelions. Everything is beauty, clarity, and authority. Okay, so they don't really say why the choice for lion there with the Empress. That's very interesting. All right, so then we have the Emperor. It is a thick deck, but I don't mind that, but I do have large hands. So if you have smaller hands, I'm not sure, you might find, let me just see where I can, there we go. You might find the Hierophant is the White Stag. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm so in love with this deck. Oh, I'm so... Thank you so much to my dearest sister in the cards who recommended this to me. This is exactly what I need right now. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. But as I was, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, there's a strength card. I love that image. Oh, I'm actually kind of intrigued that they mixed up the strength card and the Empress card. It's a new way into the cards, so that's going to be fun to explore. But anyhow, it might feel a bit large in the hands if you have smaller hands. But again, I have larger hands and I'm actually liking the size and the weight and the feel. This reminds me of Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Did anybody else play The Wind Waker? I'm not a big video game person, but I played Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker on GameCube in my mid-20s. Like, I think I spent an entire winter when I wasn't working. I had a miscarriage and was just in a really dark place. And I think I played Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker for an entire winter when I wasn't working. And that image actually reminds me of The Wind Waker. Oh, the Hanged Man is beautiful. And we were talking about the foxes in the Death card together and how unique that is as well. This is a really different deck. If you're a collector, I think you're going to want this one. It's different. It's telling a slightly unique, a slightly different perspective. It's a unique perspective on the traditional meanings of tarot. Oh my God, the devil is gorgeous. I want a print of that. And yeah, this is really beautiful. I can feel, oh, that's gorgeous. The star is lovely. It's like she's seeing a part of herself within the star, in the reflection that she can't recognize is her, but is indeed her. That's what that looks like to me. And then here we have the moon, which is the cover imagery for the box itself. Oh, the sun's cute. Oh, I just love how it's like, it's in primary colors, but there's this warmth, almost like emanating from the central portion of the card itself that really pulls you in. The Judgment card is glorious. I love it. Okay, then we have the World. Oh my gosh, I love the Ace of Cups. Oh, and look at the two. It's the White Stag and Anima. Can you guys see that? Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait. This deck is like almost making me want to cry. This deck is gorgeous. It's glorious. Oh, the 5. Oh, look at the 5 with her little salamander spirit. Or newt, or whatever we're calling that, at the top of her crown. Oh, and then look at the 6. Okay, this deck is really special. I'm just gonna, yeah, this deck is really special. I'm so feeling it. It's, you know what I actually want to do is work with it with Darkwood, because I think that would provide a really unique perspective, especially during Libra season. Wow, this is so beautiful. That's the page, and then here we have the Knight. So the names of the core cards have not been changed. Love that Queen. Triple face of the goddess. I mean, there's a Hecate reference there. We have this kind of snake salamander hybrid being. There's a key and a sword in the back. That's beautiful. Wow. Okay, so then we move into the Ace of Pentacles. I love that we have all these purples and blues, not typically what you would associate with the suit of Pentacles. Do you know, typically we see presented as very green and brown, and you do have the brown anchoring in here in some of the imagery. Oh, look at the 3, guys. but it's predominantly these purples and blues. Okay, this one's reminding me of Majora's Mask. Yes, guys, you are learning a little known fact about Racine. I used to love to play Legend of Zelda, all of the old school versions of Legend of Zelda. I just stopped with Twilight Princess because I couldn't figure out, I wasn't gaming enough to be able to keep up with it. And then I was moving into other interests and focus, but I have a very warm space in my heart for Legend of Zelda, and this deck is not, it's reminding me of it, not in the sense of it's trying to look like that, but more that I feel like I always used to feel in Legend of Zelda like I was really immersed in Link's world, and I feel very immersed in the world of this deck. Much the same as the Darkwood Tarot, or what else could I reference there? The Haunted Manor Oracle will just pull me into that world, or Tarot of Vampires, where I feel like I'm really inhabiting and living in that world. I missed discussing the 9. Oh my God, I love the 9. Yes, all the yeses. Okay, back to the Knight. Oh, the Queen's lovely. Oh, I like the King. That's right. We were talking about how it's a different representation of some of the core cards. It kind of pushes you again to think outside of your traditional Rider-Waite-Smith box. I really like the cardstock to this. Ace of Wands is lovely. Oh, I like the 2. Sometimes I struggle to feel like emotionally connected to the 2 of Wands, even though I understand from like a reader perspective what it's saying. But with that 2 of Wands, I feel what it's representing, right? Looking into the future, planning ahead, feeling inspired, maybe a little bit nervous, but going for it. Oh, the 4 is glorious. Oh man, you know what else I want to use it with is the Foxfire Kitsune Oracle, which I think I donated a couple years ago. And I'm gonna have to get it again. I kind of want to use Kitsune Oracle with this because I can see some of the imagery from that deck, which I will talk about that deck another time, because I didn't feel as connected to that deck as I thought I was going to. It's beautiful. Interesting that that's the 9. It's, oh my God, he's giving her sight. Or in some way, the fire is allowing her to see how her kerchief that's covering her eyes, it's now removed. And now we can see her, now she's looking with the 10 of Wands. Oh, see, there's a lot of layers to this deck. Wow. I am so rambly today. I apologize, guys. Bear with me. Please know that I just have not been sleeping at all this week. And always we've got this white snake repeated. So I really want to sit with that imagery as well and do some journaling. I don't know, this would be a good deck to do some creative writing off of and storytelling with. Oh, look at that 4 of Swords. The 3 of Swords, you know, I'm going to be really honest with you. It's not my favorite representation of the 3 of Swords. Not going to lie to you. But I like the 5. Now that's interesting symbolism there. Oh, okay. The 7 is really cool. Yeah, I know I've done some videos on the 5 and 7 of Swords in the past, but it's been coming up in my personal journey again a lot, and I kind of want to do another video about that. So let me know if you guys would like to hear that. Now again with the 10, the kerchief over the eyes is removed. And for the swords, it's all etched in stone. Like we're in a graveyard, or it's standing in a sacred circle. And those look like ravens there with that King of Swords. And that has a very Odin feel to it, doesn't it? That must be the Norse mythology reference that they said, the work references. I just want to, okay, so in the world, the kerchief over her eyes is removed as well. So it's very clear, but it's still there in the sun. And it's still, now in the Judgment card, it's being removed, but she still has leaves over her eyes. But then in the world, it's completely removed. And it's like she can see now with her physical eyes as well. So this is going to be very interesting. And I know that there are runes shown in the card imagery as well. So I think you could go a lot of different places with this deck. This deck feels like a powerhouse of a deck that's very ethereal, ephemeral, and dreamy, but also very magical. So I am so happy that I made this investment. I'm so excited to play with this deck, to get to know it, to understand its myth and story. And I think it's going to work really well with where I am living at this time. I think it's going to really give me what I was hoping to experience with it, which is this sense of being in the warmth and the hidden places within the woods and listening to the magic of the old ones in that space. So again, this is the Under the Oak Tarot. First impressions is I'm amazed. I cannot wait to explore her further and get to know her more. Let me know what you guys think. And if you have the deck, let me know if you love it, if you've been using it, or if it's one you're struggling to connect with. I am sending you guys, as always, oceans of love, and I will, of course, see you in the next video. Take care.